Hey everyone, Earthy9 here, and this is an instrument panel, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use it to turn things on and off and use an indicator light on the instrument panel so it can be one very cool thing to add to a vehicle's dashboard. So let's get into it. So first things first, we're going to need to change what is on the instrument panel, and to do so we adjust it in here by selecting and then putting these down. So instrument 1 is going to be a flip switch, instrument 2 is also going to be a flip switch, 3 is going to be an indicator, and 4 is also going to be an indicator. So it should look like this. You can change it up to be however you want, but this is just how I'm going to do it for the tutorial. Hopefully I'll make things clear enough that you'll be able to adjust this in all sorts of ways and still understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. What makes the instrument panel so hard to work with is the fact that it uses a channel out system, composite done through channel. This is really easy to understand if you have a basis of it, but learning it for the first time can prove very difficult. But to get this working, once we have all these selected, we're actually going to need to assign a channel for them. So for our flip switch, we're going to want it to be 1 and we're going to want it to be 2 and we want instrument 1 and instrument 3, which is its corresponding indicator, to match. We're going to want that to be 1 and this one to also be 2. Now that that's set up, these will work together and we'll be able to do them through the same channel. So when this is flipped, we'll be able to get this indicator light on the bottom to turn on so it'll correspond correctly. To work with composite, we have to use microcontrollers because we need to turn that composite into an on-off signal, which is a super easy conversion that you can do with just a very simple microcontroller. I'll show you that right now. To make a microcontroller, all you have to do is come to the top right and click Microcontroller Editor. Here we're going to rename it in the properties. For instrument tutorial, we're just name it that. No description needed, no size change needed for this project. And we're going to need to make 4 nodes and we'll spread those out. So we're going to want the first node to be a composite in, the second node to be a number out, and we'll rearrange these real quick. And then we're going to want a composite in and another out, and we'll name this composite 1, this on off 1, composite 2, and on off 2. That's how this needs to be set up so that we have all of the nodes necessary. Then we can go to symbol and make it whatever we want. I'm just going to draw an X so I know to find this later. Make it something you'll remember or don't. You can always just search by name. Now we're going to click logic and get into the logic of it all. The logic for something like this is quite simple. We just need to spread it out, and we only need to add 1 logic module, and that's going to be the composite read on off, and we'll set 2 of these. The top one we can connect straight across because we see this channel 1. The bottom one we actually need to change. We're going to need to click this and change the channel to channel 2. After we do that, it's just fine, and this is already done. Next, we're going to save it. We already made this one, but I'll override it because that one was messed up. So now we have this made, we have it saved, and if we go out here and we search for it, we'll see right there our X, drag it down here, and we have our microcontroller that we can place. So just like that, we have the microcontroller necessary completed. I've gone ahead and made this little platform to place the microcontroller on so we can look at it in a little bit further detail. If we click logic, we see there's our composite ins, and if we click on off, there's our on offs out. So I'm going to show you a sort of practical application for this and why you might want something like this made. One of the best applications for something like this is a gearbox. You need a switch to be able to turn your reverse on and off. You can make reverse by setting this to ratio on, and that will turn on when you provide power. So how do you do that? Well, you can do that using our newly made logic by using our output to channel 1, and then by using our data on off of channel 1 it will actually, whenever we flip the first switch, it will actually change what mode the gearbox is in. I'm going to do this with lights as well so you can actually see it working in practice. So I built this so that we have a light hooked up in the same way that we have the gearbox hooked up. And if we flip this lever, the light turns on. So our channel is going from here, turning into an on-off signal and going here. You have to have the battery set up because the light needs power. So as you can see, this is working, but what isn't is our indicator light. This is because we're not sending a channel in signal back to this when this light is on. We're going to have to make another microcontroller to achieve this. So I'll show you how to get that done. Getting the indicator lights to work is probably the easiest microcontroller you'll ever make. So just go to microcontroller editor and we're going to name it Indy for indicator light. Then we are going to change it to be only one wide. We're only going to need 2 nodes. One node is going to be a composite in and one node is going to be a composite out. I'm going to name them I and O. So we know input output, even though you can't mess that up. The nodes are overlapping, so we'll move one node. Then for our symbol, we'll just make it a V so it's easy to find and go to logic. And all we're going to need to do is connect them. And now save this microcontroller as Indy. Now if we go out of here and we go find Indy, we can just place it on top of here, go to our logic and use our signal out and our signal in, and then press spawn, go over and look at it, and we'll see that our indicator lights turn on for both of them. So that's how to make this simple apparatus and to show off how to get this working so that you can use an instrument panel and an indicator light to turn stuff on and know that it's turned on. It's specifically useful for things that you might not be able to see turn on to know that they are indeed turned on. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. If you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe because it means the world to me and it helps me know that my videos are in fact making a difference for everyone. So, thanks for watching and I hope you have a great day.